This video is part of a series. Complete the previous videos in this playlist before you start this video. The complete playlist information, the material and the code file information is given in the video description below.
Let us get into one more agentic AI system. In this one, we are going to introduce Webhook agent. We are going to create an agent and we are going to use Lovable to create the front end. And then inside that, we are going to use this agent. It's going to be very interesting. Let us see how this one works. Before I get started with NA10, I would like to tell you the whole plan so that you're aware of what we are doing. Then I'll explain you one by one node and the workflow. So for this, we first start with webhook agent. What this webhook agent does is you have the front end. If somebody types in the front end website, this webhook agent will get that message and give it to us, to our agent. Or if we want to post something from this website to our AI agent, we can do that. Or from our AI agent, if we want to send some message back, we can use this. So first we will use this webhook agent to get the information. So basically from the website, we will be posting the information to our NI10. So we will create a webhook agent. We are going to see the details of it. And then Lovable. Lovable is a place where you can do vibe coding. What is vibe coding? You give a command, you give a prompt. The prompt is I want to create an agentic AI system for doing certain tasks. Automatically with that prompt, the whole website will be created. So you can just simply create websites. You can write the code just by giving the prompt. So giving the prompts and creating or coding is vibe coding. Vibe coding is a way of building the applications just by giving the prompts. In the backend, the code will be generated. You don't really need to code. Pipe coding is just a fancy term for using your large language models to write code for you. Lovable is a platform that has made it very, very easy and user friendly. We are going to create a small application by using vibe coding. For example, by giving this simple prompt, I was able to create this website. And I did not know anything about web designing. I know a little bit, but most of it has been almost 100% of it has been done by Lovable itself. It has given me a working website. And then from this website, when somebody clicks on Ask Guru, basically the objective is to create an agent that is working like an Ayurvedic doctor. So I want to create an AI agent who will replace an Ayurvedic doctor. Indian Ayurveda is very rich. What I want to leverage is if somebody asks a question, so I am creating somebody called Ayurvedic Guru, an Ayurvedic doctor. If somebody asks a question, my AI agent should give them homely remedies, Ayurvedic related remedies, so that people can cope up with some of the small issues or small health issues that they face. So the objective is to create a website like this and we want to give this chat option on that website. Somebody posts a message. Then from here, if a user posts a message, we want to take that message by using this webhook. We want to post that message and then we want to respond it to back. Right now, this is just a simple example of taking the data, responding, but in between, we will add an AI agent which will understand the user question and give the response. So the process will be we will take the data from webhook agent and then we will format a little bit of the input and then we will send it to an AI agent. AI agent will use the chat or chat GPT or OpenAI model and then we will send that response back. The user will get to see his question. Hello, my name is Venkat. How to get instant energy. Now there is some problem that you will face. Then later on we will rectify it. And finally, once we build the complete app, for example, if I ask a question, what are the best sources of protein from the Ayurvedic point of view? Best sources can vary from dietary preferences, nuts, seeds, oils, almonds, walnuts, sesame seeds. It will try to give us from the Ayurveda point of view. I hope you got the overview of what is the requirement and the overall flow. Now we will go to each one by one node, their credentials, their details, like the way that we go into every node details. Let's get into that next step of creating this. All right, let's get started with our agentic AI workflow. We'll create the new workflow. We will start with webhook node. Webhook node itself is the trigger node. What does this webhook node do? If you see this sign, which means it is a trigger node, the sign of this one execution sign, a flash sign, that is a trigger node. Now, what it does is on the external website, when a user sends a message, This webhook node listens to that message and sends it. Later on, we will take that message, we will give it to AI. We are talking about Ayurvedic AI doctor giving suggestions. So when a patient or when a user sends a message on the website, this webhook node will have the access to it. We have to share this URL, then only it will be able to get us. So we will go back. This is the webhook node. Let us give it a name, Ayurvedic Guru. Let's name it as Ayurvedic Guru. And then in this webhook, we have to put it as a post method. So there are two methods, get method, post method. If you are receiving then now there are two ways of sending the information from the external website. From that outside website, you can send the information via URL. If everything is in the URL itself, then that is get method. But if there is apart from the URL, if it is in the body, then it is post method. Simply, you can think this as there are two different ways of sending the message from the website into our webhook. But if you want to send it securely, you have to use post method. If you're confused, you can leave it as it is, but it's better to use post method. So send this, change this HTTP method to post, and then the path, you can change the name right now. This is the random path that is given. I would say Ayurvedic doctor, Ayurvedic hyphen guru. This is our test URL and authentication none. As of now, you will keep this respond immediately. Later on, we are going to change that. We will respond with another node called respond to webhook that we are going to do it later on. So as of now, this setting is fine. You change this to post and then you change the path and then you will change it later on. But as of now, you just leave it as it is just for the sake of testing. So we'll go back to Canvas. Our webhook node is ready. Now it's time to create our front end website. We want to create a beautiful front end website where the user will log in and type their message related to Ayurveda or general health related queries they will send. For that, we are going to use vibe coding using Lovable. Lovable is a wonderful application. You can also create a free login on Lovable and they will give you 5 credits. Using 5 credits, you can create a basic website for one day. And then once the day changes, in the next day, you will get another five credits. But if you want to really experiment with Lovable, you may want to take their paid tier. So right now, when I log in, I can see my 5 credits left. After those 5 credits, again, I'll be losing them. If you turn on Pro, you can get 100, 200 credits. I would say if you are a person, you have so many ideas, but you do not know how to create the front end, you do not know how to maintain the back end, that is why you left that idea, then Lovable is a best starting point. You must experiment with Lovable. Creating a website becomes very, very easy. Maybe in future, I'm going to record a video on vibe coding and how to use Lovable. Maybe you can just experiment with it on your own. The whole point of vibe coding is you just give a prompt and the overall site will be created. Front end will be created later on by giving the prompt. You can also create the back end. So I will just give the prompt. I want to create a web app AI agent that is going to answer the user questions related to health, related to health. The app name is Ayurvedic Guru. The app mainly focuses on Ayurvedic solutions for the health related issues. Keep a chat option for the user to ask questions to AI Ayurvedic doctor. And then you have to mention your webhook URL. After doing all this, you create the website. That's what I'm telling it to Lovable. Also, use my webhook URL. This is the one. Sorry. We have to go here and I click on this and the test URL that you have, click on this, come back here, use my webhook URL and then connect to it via using post method. Listen to responses using respond to webhook. So not only connect, you listen to its response and then give the user. So this is what I have given. Hopefully, once you give this, the whole vibe coding is about you just give a prompt. The prompt has to be detailed. It cannot be just 3, 4 lines like this. There is a certain way you have to follow. You have to write as big as prompt as possible, and you have to build the website one by one, one by one, one by one feature. But here, just for the demo purpose, our focus is on N8N. That is why I have written a smaller prompt here, and I'm just asking Lovable to build it, and it is spinning up a preview, uploading the images, instantly previewing everything it is doing. So the best part about Lovable is it will try to create everything and it will try to test everything and it will make sure that everything is working fine and it will give us the result. If something is not working, we can use Lovable itself to fix it. I'm not saying that without knowing anything in web coding, you can create it. But if you know a little bit, or if you have an expert beside you, then any idea that comes to your mind, you can create front end, back end by using Lovable. This is one of the most famous tool or the platform that kind of gave a chance to everyone to write the code. You yourself will be surprised. I'll show you one of the example that it has given previously. This was the website that it has given previously where with the prompt, it has given me this kind of front page and then there is a chat option on the home page it has given. Let us see the same one. It may not give here, but it will be equally good. It will be giving the same aesthetics or like neat aesthetics and then a chat window here so that we can go back to N8N and receive the messages from this website. Just now, the website creation has been completed. Let us wait for the preview. I'm very excited how the preview is going to be. So there is this yellow theme that it has followed and it has given us start your consultation option. So once we click on it, there is a chat window that has opened and this is precisely what we are looking for. Maybe if we want to change the colors and aesthetics, we can do it, but I don't want to lose my credits in that. I'll just go ahead, chat my conversation. So if you look at this here, we want to get the information from this place. If you directly type anything, it will be kind of, you will get an error. Probably connection is not there. So what we have to do is we have to make our webhook listening to that event. So we have to execute the workflow. Then the webhook is ready to listen. Now I will say hello. Then it has gone to this webhook. You can see that we got that message received. Hello is here in the body. So somebody has sent the message, hello, we have received it. Yes, we did not send any message back. That is why it is saying, I apologize, I'm having trouble processing your request right now. That is perfectly fine. We haven't really created any AI agent to respond to it. Now our next job is to create AI agent to respond to it. So I will just connect this to AI agent. Let us save it as of now. And then let me add an AI agent. Here is the AI agent. Now you are connecting this AI agent not to a chat trigger node. You're connecting it to the webhook. So you have to define below. And what is the prompt? Prompt is nothing but the user question. Where is the user question? Somewhere it is given as message. So directly get this. So this is the user question. This is the prompt. And we have to define a system message saying that you are a helpful AI assistant and you are a Ayurvedic guru. So we have to say system message, you're a helpful AI assistant. You are an expert in Ayurveda. You are an Ayurvedic guru. You must, you must answer the user questions based on the Ayurvedic knowledge. Based on the Ayurvedic. This is the system message. So what I'm saying is you use your Ayurvedic knowledge to give the answers to the user. So that is the AI agent. We have to add the chat model. We have to add the memory if required. You can add the tool. But as of now, I'll just add the chat model. So I will add the chat model as OpenAI. OpenAI is a chat model that we add. GPT-4. That should be fine. We'll go back. So AI chat model is given. Tool, I will just leave it for now. So we will receive the message from Webhook and then we have an AI agent. Let's just quickly execute this step. User has sent hello only. So let's do one thing. We will try to, okay, let's execute this and see for hello, what is the result? Namaste, how can I help you, etc., etc. It is giving I assist you on Ayurvedic journey today. Do you have any questions about Ayurveda, your dosha, herbal remedies, or life practices? So let's execute the workflow once again. Then we will go back here and I will ask a question, how to reduce headache. Simply, it will give this message only. Here we haven't still connected it, but if I go back here, this is working in the backend. This is what I want. So somebody has sent a message. Now this will give us the output. In Ayurveda, headaches can arise due to imbalance of doshas, vata, pitta, kapha. To reduce headaches, first identify this. So we got the answer that we are looking for. Now it's time to send back the response. As of now, the webhook responds immediately. What you need to do is in this, you need to say, I want to respond using a respond to webhook node. So you simply say that and then go back and then add a respond to webhook node here. So first you have to change that response to respond to webhook node. And then you come here. There is a different type of node. There is something called respond to webhook node. And you just don't need to do anything because the first output that you get is this one. The first incoming item is what you want to give as the output. So you go back to canvas and then once you say save, execute the workflow. If everything works perfectly, you expect your answer to be printed here. So let me type the same question, how to reduce headache. Now it has to work in the backend. Everything must work in the backend and finally give us the result. Workflow executed successfully. And then I go back here. I apologize, but I'm having trouble processing your request once again. So that means our respond to webhook node, we have the output, but this output somehow is not reflecting there. So if we just fix that, everything else is done and dusted. Our overall app is going to work perfectly. Let's go ahead, fix that. So as of now here, there is no problem. We are saying that once you receive the request here, you have to respond using webhook node. We have connected this. Even we have got the final answer. Somehow we will go back to Lovable and tell it to adjust the code a little bit. When you send the data to webhook, you wait for its response. You wait for the response and show it in the chat as a reply to the user. So I want it to implement this particular one. I just told Lovable that maybe in the code you have to adjust it in such a way that when you are sending the data to Webhook, you wait for the response and show it here in the chat. That is what I'm saying. I will update the chat interface properly to handle the webhook response, display the AI's actual reply. So that is what it is doing. It is trying to modify. You're just like having a discussion with your developer. You told a feature and the developer has implemented it. Now we will just maybe just for the sake of refresh, I will just say start consultation. Namaste. Everything is fine. So this is the back end. This is the front end. So let me ask the same question. How to, let's say, let's ask a different question. How to increase, let's say, lean muscle. Again, it is throwing an error. Let us see what is happening in the back end. What we have done is execute workflow that we haven't clicked, because directly if we give it here, this error is slightly different. Connection error, unable to reach this. So that means here we have to make our webhook listening to it. So I will click on this and then I will ask this question, how to gain the lean muscle. Now it's thinking, it's working in the back end. See, it's waiting. Earlier, it was in a hurry to give us the response. It's waiting for the webhook URL output, and then whatever it has given here to increase the lean muscle, etc., etc., all that information it has given. So what I'll do is I will go back here. We will try to modify this slightly. You give the output always in 4 lines. You give the final output in 4 lines only, or 4 bullet points only, in 4 bullet points only, so that the user can read it. So once that is done, I will go back, I will execute the workflow. Again, I will try to ask a question. Let's say how to increase the concentration. No, no. Let's say how to get rid of headache. So from the Ayurveda point of view, so it's now thinking, it's waiting. Apply a few drops of warm sesame oil or Brahmi oil on the forehead. Gently massage this one. Drink herbal teas like ginger, etc., etc. Exactly 4 points. And this is what we are looking for. Our app is ready. You can hit on publish. But there is one thing that we have to do. Until now, we worked with the test URL. So what we must do is we will go to production URL. We will go back, we will copy this here. Everything is ready now. We will copy this URL copied. I'll go here. This is my production URL. This is my production URL. Integrate it with the app, because everything is done. We are ready. So integrate it in the app without changing any other functionality. Yeah, I think this should be fine. Integrate it in the app, the production URL. Once the production URL is integrated, what we will do is we will just keep the app active. We don't need to hit this execute workflow every time. We'll just keep the app active. It is giving us, do you want to set up error notifications, etc., etc. I'll simply ignore this, and then you say keep this app active. You come back here, your production URL updated with the production URL. I have only 1.90 credits left remaining today. It is asking me to upgrade. Hopefully everything worked perfectly. I think we must have this production setup. So with the production URL, since we have given it, it should work. So I will go back to the home again. I'll start the consultation. Then I will say, hello, my name is Venkat. Now you see here, earlier I have to hit execute workflow, but now I have kept this active. It has worked automatically. How to, what is the best way? What is the best way to reduce body fat. Balanced diet, emphasizing fruit, fresh vegetables, whole grains, etc., etc., fatty foods, etc., etc., heavy meals late, supportive digestion, Ayurvedic herbs, etc., etc., and then detoxification with panchakarma, that is also suitable. That is what it is saying. So this is acting just like a regular Ayurvedic doctor. You can make it much more complicated. You can add a rag in the tools. You can add all the Ayurvedic documents. You can add memory. You can make it much more complicated. Sky is the limit. Now I have given a working version. Now you take this, you make it as complex as possible, as feature filled as possible. You just publish this. This is the preview, and then this is the published site. I will just go ahead and publish this. We can review the security, but as of now, this is a sample one only. I'll just copy the link and just if you put it here, Ayurvedic Advisor Bot Lovable.app. This is the one that we will be referring to. Ayurvedic Guru. I think if we have some lovable credits, we would have asked it to change the color coordination, color combination, and so on. But anyway, it's fine. Just go here and type, hello, my name is Venkat. My name is Venkat. I would like to know, I would like to know how many times we should eat in a day. That's what I would like to know. How many times we should eat in a day? According to Ayurveda, ideal to eat 3 meals day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The main emphasis is on having the largest meal at the midday, which is lunch. Digestive Agni is the strongest. Meal should be taken at regular intervals, ample time between the digestion, etc., etc. Exactly 4 points it's giving. It's up and working. You can give it to anybody. You can keep on adding the features. So what we have seen here is Webhook agent plus Lovable, which is like vibe coding plus N8N working in the backend. I hope you like this. I hope you create more agents like this. There are several agents like this which are lying on N8N templates. So if you go to N8N and sample templates, you will see a lot of agents. Let us search for any of the agents using Webhook. 750 results, creating secured webhook, QR code generated via webhook, beyond SM, etc. Whatever you want to experiment, you can experiment, and this is the final app.
Continue with the next video in the playlist. We are covering everything step by step. If you have any questions or the comments, please post them in the comments window below.